But Generation Z actually wasn't supposed to have this problem. They were supposed to have the technology to stand behind them, which was going to allow them to back up and say, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm standing on. I have the information, I have the education, I have everything to stand behind me. But rather than that, it's actually stripped some really real-world experiences away from them and made it really hard and uncomfortable to survive in a world like this. Fun fact, I hate mailing mail. It makes me so uncomfortable. I've done it once in my life. I've mailed mail once in my life. Other than that, I've faxed things. I've sent pictures, I've sent Google Docs. Mailing stuff makes my anxiety go higher than getting on this stage. That's crazy, right? Absolutely insane. But I was stripped of that very random, real-world experience. And so many Gen Zs are gonna have different things like this that they endure through the day as well. They're scared. Now, flexibility. 65% of Generation Z said that working from home made them feel more connected to their coworkers. That's crazy. More connected than when we're sitting next to each other and I can touch somebody? More connected? Yes. Remember what I said about my fiance? How I actually felt like we were able to get more connected because we started long distance? This is happening with your Gen Zs and your employees in the building. They're using mediums that they are comfortable on, like telephones, like emails, like messaging, and it's giving them the space to get more vulnerable and be more open with the people that they're working with. So rather than pushing them back and giving them less of an opportunity, it's actually making them feel more comfortable, which is really, really interesting. And 78% of Gen Z say that flexibility in working hours would have them accept a job immediately. I know so many of you offer people jobs on a regular basis, right? You hear someone, they say, yeah, I got a couple others to hear from. Give me a minute. I need to reach out to them before I accept anything. I've got a couple other interviews I need to go to before I understand if this is really the one that I want. I have a couple other jobs. I need to check the wages and see immediately. Not I'm gonna go back, not I'm gonna check my stats, nothing like that immediately. I'm gonna shake your hand right now, immediately accept a job. So flexibility is incredibly important to this generation. Every generation has something that they're going to value, and this is going to be what it is for them. But there's so many ways to be flexible. So many people think that this is, okay, let them work from home or let them choose their hours, but there's so many other ways to be flexible. For us, we've split a bunch of our jobs up. I'm our marketing manager, and that's amazing, but I've given about 2 hours of marketing work to each of our interns so that they can do it. It gives them something that they're excited about, gives them a little flexibility in their role. Maybe that's what you want to do, split some jobs up. Maybe you want to let them work different hours or different days, or you want to encourage them to work with different people, or you want to encourage them, I don't know. There's so many ways to be flexible, and only you can decide that for your own jobs, but offering flexibility of some sort of capacity is going to be extremely beneficial. Now, educational change. 73% of Gen Zs say that there's a better way to get educated than going to university. But university is the best way to get educated, right? They teach you, they test you, they give you the paper. Yeah, they do all of those things, but that education is really accessible online now. And for so many people, I know I hated taking tests. Maybe if I was making this decision again today, I wouldn't have gone back, because I'm scared about the opportunities that are ahead for me after I graduate, because I don't know if there's any stability after I graduate actually with the degree, because I know that there's a pending recession, and who knows what I'm gonna do after I accumulate all of that debt. There's so many things running through our brains, right? And so if this education is free, why are they choosing to do that? Only for the credibility, realistically, at the end of the day. And so as a group, if we can try to come up with and create some alternative ways to create credibility for people who are already educated, who already have the information they need, it's gonna help bridge that barrier and bring more people into the industries, which is great. But now what? this is all fine, this is all great, but what do we do after we leave this? How do we move on from here? Well, Gen Zs crave to be mentor over managed. We just gave out a mentorship award, which is amazing. But this is going to be the best way not only to reach them and to communicate with them, but to actually create a lasting connection with them as a generation. So what does that look like? Well, I like to say it looks like listening to learn, learning to understand, and then understanding to speak. I know I miss this middle step all the time. Someone will come up to me and they'll be like, this is my problem, and I'm struggling with it, and they dump it on your desk, and you're like, yeah, I can solve that. I can fix that right now. This is what you're gonna do, this is what you're gonna do, and this is what you're gonna do, right? You give them the immediate problem and solution, but rather than that, trying to listen to them about what the issue is, understanding why they're struggling with it, understanding how you can communicate with them so that they can come to the conclusion themselves. But giving them the answers isn't necessarily gonna be beneficial. So listen to learn, learn to understand, and then we'll understand to speak. But missing that middle step is doing no favors anywhere in between.